and learn so much. You're going to grow like a beautiful flower. You're going to grow like, what is that? That's right. That's a pineapple, live and direct, growing. We're going to plant the seed today, the determining factor to your health and happiness, which is going to get you wealthier in every way, shape, and form. Because wealth, even health and happiness, is always relative to your thoughts. And your thoughts are the cause of all effects in this world. What is the determining factor of your health, wealth, and happiness? And what is the contributing factor? Well, thank you for joining me today, whether you're watching live or you're watching replay. I love you. We're going to get right into it. Contributing factors. Contributing factors are situations and circumstances that are happening every day in every way, shape, and form. The contributing factors where you're born, your parents, and your determining factors. Ooh, this is heavy. Big up Myron Golden for discovering this, as he might say, right? He's like, I didn't invent this. This is something I discovered. And when he reminded me of this, because we all know this, when I say this, it's going to be like, there's nothing new under the sun, as is said in the Bible, that you're going to just be like, oh, I see now, right? But you only see what you believe. You don't believe it because you see it. You see it because you believe it. And that's why determining factors are your beliefs, your emotions, your attitude, your awareness, your thoughts, and your subconscious mind. I call it beats, the beats of life, the beats of your identity. What creates your identity? Your beliefs, right? What creates your vibes, your vibration? Your vibes are your vision, your intention, your beliefs, your emotions and expectations, and your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is so powerful. I think I'm going to walk into the sun. I hope this isn't going to be too bright for me or you. Shine bright. So your determining factors, your attitude in life, like, are you smiling throughout the day? Do you wake up saying to yourself, oh my gosh, it's another day? The alarm clock is putting you in an alarm state of mind. That's one of the first things you could do. That is a contributing factor, yet it still contributes. A great way to wake up is actually change your alarm clock to what you just heard there, to the birds. It's such a natural way to wake up, as opposed to an alarm creating you an alarm state of mind. When you wake up like that, and then you start telling yourself this self-talk of these lie identities, right? This identity that you are not enough, that you are anything but greatness, that you're really creating your own hell. And instead we could create our own heaven, because the kingdom of heaven is where? It's within you. The kingdom of God is where? It's within you. All spiritual teachings, all religious teachings teach this. The atonement, that we are all one. That's why comparison is the thief of joy, because when you give, it's a boomerang effect. When you give that hate, that doubt, the devil is in the doubting. When you give that negative, when you give that negative judgment to others, you're really just judging yourself. Instead, see the goodness in them, right? Namaste, it's been said. I see the light in you, or I see the God in you. See the goodness in you. See the goodness in everyone. Realize everyone messes up. Everyone has a hard day. You don't know what's happening. Sometimes we find out that, like, someone's super mean, super rude, and something horrible happened. Their child died. Their house burnt down. Their girlfriend or boyfriend broke up with them, and then you have a little bit more compassion and forgiveness, and then you feel so much better. And that is part of the determining factors of life is your attitude and awareness, your smile. When you wake up, you could prime yourself. It's the greatest time to do priming, or an we could call it an active meditation, right? Before I meditate, and I consider this part of my meditation, to be honest, before I meditate like in silence, the traditional meditation, breathing deep, letting go of all thoughts, I just about always prime myself and say, I am happy, I am healthy, I am love, I am gratitude. I am the jewel inside the lotus, I am the God inside the human, I am the spirit inside the material, right? I'm the king inside the pawn. That's a new one I just thought of. Because sometimes we feel like a pawn. We feel like someone else has control over us. No one ever has complete control over you. The true jail is in your mind, not in a place, not four walls, but one thought. Nelson Mandela, wrongly accused, in jail for 27 years, got out, became the president of the country, and teamed up with the people that put him in jail, wrongly accused for 27 years. He didn't have hard feelings. I'm sure some days he had a few thoughts that were not so positive. Those are contributing factors. Him being in jail, contributing factors. Determining factor was his attitude, was his thoughts, was his beliefs, was his emotions, right? Your thoughts get emotionalized, become a belief. Consistent, repetitive thoughts become a belief, or a super emotionally charged thought just once could become a belief. And when you create that belief that you are capable of anything great, it's another thing I say every day to prime myself. I'm capable of anything great. I am the infinite potential of greatness. I am the ineffable qualities of joy. What do you say to yourself when you rise in the morning? That's when you're in a different state of mind. You're in a completely you have a different brainwave. You're in alpha brainwave, right? So alpha brainwave versus beta brainwave. Beta brainwave, your brain like pauses every few seconds. It's a completely different brainwave. It's faster, and you slow down that brainwave state to be more calm, right? Sometimes we could just call it sleepy, right? Right when you wake up in the morning, right before you go to sleep, great time to prime yourself for the life, your vision, the life you'd love to live, while still giving thanks for what you have now, because that is one of the recipes for disaster and depression, is to constantly want what you don't have. You could have all the money in the world, or you could have millions or billions or trillions of dollars, and if you constantly are wanting what you don't have, wanting more, and not truly embracing with gratitude what you have now, you're going to be the poorest man in the world. If you have not even $1 to your name, not even a penny in your pocket, and you walk around with a smile, and you take inheritance of your current wealth. Wow, look at these trees, look at that squirrel. I got legs, I got arms, I got a smile, I got a head, I got a heart, I got hands. Then you're free and you are rich, my friend. You are rich beyond measure when you have that. When you're surrounding yourself, pardon this sound here, take a deep breath. When you surround yourself with loving people, ideas, people that believe with conviction that life is great, that you are a walking miracle, that I am a walking miracle, you start to elevate yourself. It's another phenomenal, one of the number one contributing factors, still not a determining factor. It's a contributing factor. So if you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button before it's too late, so that, well, it's never too late, but so that now is the time that you add to your contributing factors. Because what you watch, the music you listen to, that's a contributing factor. And that doesn't negate it. It's powerful. But the determining factor is if you believe or resonate or give the slight opportunity of believing that you are great, that you are a walking miracle. That's the determining factor, that you're capable of anything great, that you are wonderful, that you are beautiful, that you're perfect in your own way. That is the determining factor in health, wealth, happiness, success, and living a great life. We are so blessed. So blessed. We're so blessed. Oh, message retracted. Who is that? Sajad. Blessed love. Thank you for being here. Feel free to throw comments down. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Give and you shall receive. We're in a world right now where we have the potential to reach masses. Some wonderful people that I watch, that I know, they jump on lives, they get thousands of people instantly. Comparison is the thief of joy. I don't need 1 million people to watch. One person is great, and honestly, when I started, it was 0. And that's okay if it stays 0, because a lot of it is for me. A lot of what we say is for us. And the number one determining factor is your self-talk. Your self-talk creates your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and your self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the belief that you have control over your life versus someone else. And there's not much more that could cripple a human being than thinking that other people have control of their life more than they do. Like, if you think that the government, your parents, your teachers, your friends, your lovers have more control over your life than you do, then that's going to be a huge determining factor, because you live and create a life by design or default. What does that mean? That means if you are intentional that you have control of your life. And the biggest part about that is control over your thoughts, your beliefs, because that creates your emotions. And when you know that you have control over the amount of love and gratitude that you could foster in your mind and your soul, it's game over. There's like, I want to say no more depression, no more anxiety. Yet that's just a side of the coin. When you go through depression, you know, oh, okay, let me enjoy this, because this depression, this too shall pass, and then I will get the flip side of it. What's the flip side of the coin of depression? Say it with me. Happiness, joy. And then you create that momentum of happiness and joy. Don't fight the depression. Embrace it. Accept it. Because when you accept it, you're aware of it, this too shall pass. You realize, well, what's the polarity of this? What's the contrast of this? Because when there's cold, there's also the potential of heat. There's nothing, to me, there's nothing better than when you're cold, all of a sudden you get in some warmth and you start warming up. You're in the cold snow, you enjoy it, you start to get cold, you go inside. Remember the days? I don't know if you ever done this. I grew up in cold weather in Connecticut. You play in the snow for hours, lips turning blue, you don't even realize. Parents have you come in, you're having so much fun. Or like all of a sudden you realize, I'm cold, I want to go in. You go in, maybe you take a hot bath, maybe you're just covered in blankets, and then you get that hot cocoa or hot tea or hot water or hot food, and you start warming up and heating up. That's the contrast. That is such a joyous occasion. Feels so good, feels so lovely. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that. You could make a list of your contributing factors and your determining factors and realize what is bringing you success, health, happiness, wealth. The determining factor is your thought about it. The contributing factor is the situations and circumstances you're in, including the people around you. They all play a big part. I am not denying that. I am not degrading that at all. Like, it's really nice to surround yourself with wonderful people, to listen to wonderful things, to subscribe to wonderful people on YouTube that have you feeling a slight bit better. But that's not the determining factor, my friend. It will help it. It will contribute to your determining factor. But the determining factor is your attitude, your belief. Belief builds behavior. If you believe that this vehicle of self-love, of appreciation, of gratitude for every small thing in life and every big thing in life brings you more happiness and success, you are on the way. You're bound for it. You're bound for it. So thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. I'm going to be here tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm going live on YouTube for about 30 days at about 10:30. See what it brings. See if I could help some people out. And I'm also on Facebook at Dr. Keith J. Lopez. I'm doing live 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 minutes of movement, 10 minutes of mindset. I'm a doctor in natural health and nutrition, master's in nutrition, undergrad in exercise science, taught in university for a decade. More than all that, I love what I do and keep on reading. Read over 1,000 books on health and wellness, psychology of how to be happy and love ourselves. So I give this love, this information, so I could receive it more and more. If you'd like to join a wonderful community, I'm giving that opportunity and the offer of being in a community where we have live Zoom calls so we could see each other and talk to each other and be consistent about it every week. You could go to yourlasttrainer.com and sign up. If not, no worries. I'll see you here. Thank you so much. Love you. You're a walking miracle. Thank you so very much for being here. Even if you don't comment, I know you're here and I know you're getting this. Even if you didn't watch live, this is for you. You're beautiful. You're a walking miracle. You're amazing. You are loved. Give love, receive love, the boomerang effect. Thank you so much. I love you, and may you be blessed. Thank you.